Electricity will be at the very heart of the UK's move to net zero carbon emissions with a target date of 2050. On the supply side, we know that coal-fired power stations are out and there'll be a continued big increase in renewables, while demand will soar as vehicles move from petrol and diesel to electric. So how will our electricity market change and how will it affect consumers? Well, I can speak now to Michael Lewis. He's the Chief Executive of E.ON, now the UK's largest electricity provider, following the move of Empower customers to the company that completes today. Michael, very good morning to you. Before we start to talk about longer term issues, I just wonder, you acquired Empower because your parent company bought its parent company. Ordinarily, was it a business that you would have wanted to have taken on?
Well, I think we always like to get more customers. At the end of the day, that's at the heart of our business. And what we've done with the Empower business, as I came on your show 18 months ago, is completely transform it. We've moved 2.3 million customers onto a new platform, a Kraken platform, with our technology partner Kraken, to create a new business under the banner E.ON Next, and we'll be moving the E.ON customers onto that platform as well. And it's been actually a remarkable transformation which has taken place all under lockdown, and I think probably the most successful migration of customers in the history of the industry. And the reasons for that were that we put the customer at the heart of that transformation, and because it was an enormous effort of teamwork with the Empower colleagues, and kudos to them who've done a great job in making sure this transformation has taken place, and indeed our own team and the Kraken partner. So what we've created is a new business, the largest electricity supplier in the UK, the largest supplier of renewable electricity to residential customers, on which we can now build and deliver the energy transformation down at the customer end and help our customers deliver zero carbon.
Michael, Empower have been heavily loss-making for many years. Has it diluted your earnings, or have you got it into a state where it is now generating a profit?
Well, we recently announced to the capital markets that we've turned the business around, and we will turn in a profit this year for the first time in 3 years. And that's a testimony to all of the hard work that's gone in across the board. I think the business now is set for really providing growth as we transform to zero carbon. You mentioned the scale of the transformation. Upstream, we have to build a huge amount of renewable generation. But if we're going to get rid of gas from houses and heating, if we're going to get rid of petroleum from cars, we also need to massively expand electricity generation by about 2 to 3 times. That also means that customers need to play a really important role in this transformation. We need a solar panel on every roof. We need 15 million heat pumps. We need the continuation of the smart meter rollout, 60 million smart meters. We need to look at how we provide electric vehicle chargers, both publicly and in people's homes. And what we need also is outstanding customer service to link all of that together with smart tariffs to help the customers navigate their way through the transition. And that's precisely what we've set ourselves up to do.
As you say, the government wants to replace old gas boilers with heat pumps. Gas boilers generate more CO2 than the entire nation's fleet of cars. The cost of doing this is going to be terrifying, though, isn't it?
Well, it's not about cost overall. The point is we make customers' lives much better. We bring them more comfort. And yes, there is an upfront cost of investment, but there are 2 or 3 things we can be sure of. A, once we start to roll out heat pumps at scale, the cost will fall. Secondly, we need to move some of the policy costs that are currently in electricity. There's about 23% of the electricity bill is policy costs. We need to move them out of the electricity bill because it's effectively a regressive form of taxation. And we need to gradually introduce a carbon tax into gas so that the economics of heat pumps versus gas boilers changes. And also, we need to make sure people are incentivized to decarbonize their homes. That means changing the tax system. It means giving incentives in council tax, in stamp duty. When you buy a house, you can get an incentive to invest it in the property. And by the way, we also need a massive investment in energy efficiency, and that will save a huge amount of money for customers. We've got 20 million homes that need to be upgraded to energy efficiency band A, B, and C. In aggregate, that will save around £200 to £300 a year for customers. So there are swings and roundabouts in this transition, but the fundamental point is it'll be better for customers in the end, it will be better for the environment, and we as a country can lead the world and develop the technologies and solutions that will enable the UK to play a leading role in this technology as we did in the upstream transformation, where we led the world in offshore wind, and E.ON was at the forefront of that as well.
You paint a very attractive picture here, Michael, but I mean, the average cost of a heat pump's around £12,000. The average income for a household in this country is about £30,000 before tax. I mean, government is ultimately going to have to subsidise this to a huge degree, isn't it?
Well, to start with, the government will have to pump prime the system, and they're already doing that. There are grants available, and we've seen the Green Home Grant programme rolled out, and there are other programmes available. But we have to look at it as a complete package. Yes, you need the upfront cost. We need to tap primarily, though, into private capital. If you look at the mortgage market, it's around £275 billion a year. If you could tap into just 5% of that market, i.e. incentivize people to invest in their homes when they buy it with tax incentives, you can pay for this transition over the long term, because the benefits of lower energy bills will pay for the capital investment up front. That's the virtuous circle we need to create. And the government is onto that. The white paper addressed some of these points, and we now need to see concrete policies implementing that.
All right, Michael, good to talk to you again. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.